my colleagues to know what you just heard from Senator Brown is why every single day he gives public service a good name. He shows up and he works for people, and it's thrilling to see that, as always, he recognizes he can't do it by himself. He's got staff, and it's so appropriate to hear him and his gracious remarks about his colleague who's moving on. Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the following members of my team be granted floor privileges for the remainder of the Congress: Erica Fountain, Aaron Evans, Aaron Tyler Menser, Eric Lopresti, Allison Sira, Nicole Faria, Eleanor D. Jarmo, and Aaron Parzo-Kalski.
Without objection.
Mr. President, great to see you. For those that aren't familiar, those of us on the Senate Finance Committee have been so proud to work with our colleague, Senator Warnock, particularly his championship of affordable medicine and affordable insulin, where he has been the leader for all of us on this side of the aisle. And had he had his way, all Americans, not just those who depend on Medicare, would already have the benefits of more affordable medicine. Now, Mr. President, I want to use my time to offer my unwavering support for the confirmation of Associate Justice Adrienne Nelson to the U.S. District Court of Oregon. Through a powerful combination of legal knowledge and a commitment to justice for all, Justice Adrienne Nelson has amassed an extraordinary record, earning her a well-deserved seat on the Oregon Supreme Court, the first black woman ever to serve there. Now, before she was the first black woman, Oregon Supreme Court Justice, before law school, before her impressive legal career, which includes her 12 years of experience on the Multnomah County Circuit Court, in private practice, as a public defender, even before she could vote, Judge Nelson was #1 in her class at an Arkansas high school that wouldn't recognize her as valedictorian because of the color of her skin. The lawsuit that followed in her name ensured that no student could be denied any accomplishment based on their race. And that victory activated a lifelong legal mind and civil rights champion. Around my state, Justice Nelson is lauded for her prodigious work ethic, her integrity, her humility. Support for her nomination comes from her fellow justices on the Oregon Supreme Court, nonprofit and business leaders, law enforcement officials from urban and rural communities, and that includes district attorneys, the sheriff of our largest county, and a former U.S. attorney who served under both Democratic and Republican administrations. There's so much to like, Senator Warnock, about Judge Nelson, but what I like most is she's a role model for young people. Young people in my state really look up to Judge Nelson, and in fact, there is an Adrienne C. Nelson High School in Happy Valley, Oregon. And I think everybody reports that the students there just adore her. Now, in addition to these impressive accomplishments and the praise and her service as a role model, she's never lost sight of that valedictorian fighting tooth and nail within the American legal system to make ours a better and even stronger country for everybody. I'm certain she's going to bring this dedication and commitment to justice for all to every single case that crosses her desk. So there is no question that with Justice Nelson's top-notch qualifications, she is going to make a superb federal judge. So it's all these reasons together that causes me tonight, Mr. President, to urge our colleagues, it'll happen shortly, later in the week, to vote for this supremely qualified candidate the United States District Court. We are all in Oregon so proud of Judge Adrienne Nelson, and I believe all Americans will be when she is in service on the court. Mr. President, I yield the floor. I note the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Baldwin.